In this episode, we're going to reveal huge insights into Solana. I'm going to show you my charts, which are simple and take emotion out of trading. If candlestick charts are so great, why do 90% of traders lose? I'm going to show you multi-timeframe analysis, which is now made easy. You're going to see multi-asset correlations, specifically with Solana. And it might make you so good that even Nancy Pelosi is jealous. So let's get into it. As you can see, since April's tariff panic dump and recovery, Solana, a top crypto, outperformed Tesla, QQQ, even nvidia. This sweet interactive 3D data visualization app I created compares all kinds of assets from a chosen start date side by side, showing the percentage gains over time to present. It's wonderful for exploring and showing money rotations between different ETFs, stock sectors, cryptos, and more. If you're a creator and want breathtaking visualizations beyond 2D charts to use in your videos, message me on X. Now, in this deep dive, you will learn things most people don't know about Solana. At present time, it's $150 a token, more or less. There's 7 Solana ETFs looking like they will be approved for $1 trillion asset under management companies. The Solana team's goal is to take over transactions of the stock market and credit card industry. If every American adult wanted a fraction of a Solana to have in their wallet, there wouldn't be any left because most of it is staked. So, what is Solana? It's a top crypto network transforming payments. It's a very decentralized. Just look at its Nakamoto score. Higher is better. And it means how many wallets, entities, or people it takes to control a third of the validators. So as you can see, it's far more decentralized than something like Ethereum. That means it's more spread out. It has a unique proof of history technology that lets it operate many times faster than other chains by solving the problem of time and transaction ordering. Proof of history tells when things happened. Proof of stake, which is well known in Ethereum and most cryptocurrencies, decides who validates them. So for Solana, they work together and they enable Solana's high throughput and low fees. So there's under 600 million Solana tokens. And as I said, about 80% of them are staked. There's a deflationary model. Specifically, half of the transaction fees, whenever there's a transaction that's validated on the blockchain and something goes from one wallet to another, 50% of that transaction fee, which is pretty small, but there's so many of them that it adds up. 50% of the transaction fee is burned, okay? That means that there's a little bit less total Solana every time there's a transaction, okay? The validators are people who run software and form a network that processes and secures these transactions on this blockchain, Solana. The remaining 50% of the fee is retained by the validators processing the transaction. So that's how they earn their revenue. And there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of validators. Over 1,000 right now, I believe. So as I said, it's deflationary. And I think another really important thing is there's sort of not even enough where if 10% of the people in the world wanted to have a wallet with just a fraction of a Solana, like 0.1, there wouldn't be enough. And I think that there is a future where a lot of people are going to have a multi-chain wallet and they're going to want to have a fraction of a Solana to cover transactions that they're going to want to do. That's perfectly reasonable. Just like there's a lot of people with at least a few dollars in an account. So just try to imagine a future where most adults have a wallet and they're going to have some tiny amount of maybe the top cryptocurrencies. Maybe Solana will be the main one. We'll see. Now Solana had a low near $15 a while back, okay? And it's rocketed up to a peak of 300, which, hey, that's amazing. But if you think you missed the boat, you probably haven't, because they faded that top. and now it's hanging out, as I said, around $150. So it's half of where that peak was. That's where a lot of people are going to start thinking about a promising asset to start to get back in. Okay. Some say it's going to $1,000. I've heard people say 1,500. I don't know. Nobody really can see the future, but it is reasonable. I do think that honestly it's just getting going when you think about the scale of what they're going to be able to do. So we may never see $100 Solana again. It's possible, but that's why I don't think that it's a terrible idea to start averaging in, even at this price, because if it goes to $1,000, you're getting in 15% of that. If it goes to 300, you could sell half, and the other half you have for free. So those are ways you can reduce risk if you were thinking about it. So I'll give you a few reasons why I currently think that this outlook for Solana is really bright. The speed is far ahead of the competition. The Nakamoto score, as I explained, it's far ahead of just about any serious competition in terms of it being decentralized. It's under a penny, ultra low transaction fees. It's unbelievable. There's a limited supply, and as I said, there's not even enough for 10% of the world population to have just 0.1 Solana. I think widespread adoption means that lots of people will have some little bit of Solana in their probably multi-chain, cross-chain wallet. And I don't know when that'll be, but I think it's coming. The DeFi, decentralized finance aspect means that people that are holding Solana could even be taking loans out against it in the future and just keep it staked and never have to do anything with it. And that's something that people do with stocks all the time. For transaction processing, like Amex, Visa, MasterCard, businesses pay a few percentage fee. Solana takes under a penny. If you're a supermarket or a wholesaler or even just a restaurant, a few percent is a big deal because you may only be making on average a few percent. So that's huge. That's a no-brainer. Businesses are going to want to choose that. They're going to prefer it. Not to mention it's instant settlement. Shopify carts can offer Solana network as payments at checkout. That's huge. They run more shopping carts than just about anybody, and having that in the checkout, that's pretty wild. And again, I think a lot of people don't understand. I just want to mention this though. A lot of these payments are going to be someone paying a certain amount of Solana to a restaurant for their meal. They're going to be paying stablecoin, most likely USDC, and they're going to pay in this dollar-pegged stablecoin USDC using the Solana network. So it will be a transaction on the Solana network of these crypto dollars, the USDC, stablecoin, dollar-pegged tokens, and Solana will provide the transaction to move it from their wallet to the business or what have you at a fraction of a penny instantly. And that's just mind-blowing compared to what businesses are dealing with right now, where they're paying a few percent. And okay, so they even have a Solana phone. I don't know if you know that, but they do. And people have been enthusiastic about it. There's been a lot of rewards for people that had it. Maybe you should look into it. But it's impressive because I don't know any other blockchain that has a phone and has that kind of relationship and community with people. I think one of the most interesting things also is the speed. The speed is unrivaled. Just to put it in perspective, there's some competing chains that maybe are going to boast 10 or 20,000 transactions a second, like an AVAX or a SUI, SUI. Solana goes many times faster than that in terms of capacity, transactions per second that it can handle. And they even pushed it once up to about 400,000 transactions per second a couple of years ago, unintentionally. And they're actually coming out with a new version of the validator software that they've entirely rewritten, Jump Crypto, in C, using a technique called branchless programming, which I found very interesting when I looked into it. And it basically optimizes the code to minimize any kind of extra considerations a processor might have to do with if, else, and cases and switches and things. So they're looking at it in terms of what it's going to output some C code into assembly language, and then tuning that. It's not the prettiest thing, but it optimizes things that can make them 10, 20 times faster. And Solana has been able to do it, well, the Jump Crypto team with Solana, to where they are going to be rolling out Firedancer. They've been testing it and running it in a limited way to 1 million transactions per second. That's huge. There's nothing that comes close to that. They'll easily be able to replace all of the credit card transactions on their network for a tiny percentage fraction of the fees that were having to happen before then. So that is a few reasons why I think Solana is fantastic, has a great future. It's my favorite crypto. I'm the most optimistic for it. I think Bitcoin is fantastic too. But in terms of just changing the way transactions happen, I think Solana really is just miles ahead of anyone else. Adoption, developers, yeah. So that's why I think about that. All right. So if you've enjoyed the information so far and you're excited to see the rest of the video, now is a great time to drop a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't, tap the bell so you can get notified of new videos when they come out. Thanks, really appreciate it.